And we back with another lesson. We're on lesson 6, chapter 6, program review, development, and lesson planning. Multiple choice. Number 1, the curriculum development process includes A, identifying units of instructions prescribed by any application oversight. Okay, the curriculum development process includes A, hold on. Let me get my eyes on. Let me get my eyes on. Okay, that ain't gonna work because this needs to be cleaned off rather thoroughly. Excuse me, I'm still here. But I got to clean off this. I gotta clean this here off. Sorry about that, because your girl need these glasses on. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Let me know how the other lessons are going so far. Are you excited about becoming an educator? All right, now we got some action going on. All right, so I can see number 1, the curriculum development process includes A, identifying units of instructions prescribed by any applicable oversight agency. B, defining and allocating learning outcomes for students. C, developing lesson plans and systematic methods for student evaluation. D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. The curriculum development process includes. When developing a course of study, you will be directed by A, documents and textbooks available. B, state regulatory agencies. C, professional associations. D, all of the above. 3, when developing the curriculum, you will also A, review the information obtained. B, list essential tasks and topics. C, sort topics and tasks. D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. Number 4, one way to sequence the subject categories is A, by ordering in which tasks are performed within the occupation. Okay, let me see. Sorry about that. B, from the most basic to the most complex. C, from general to more specific subject matter. D, all of the above. Number five, when allocating time to each subject in your curriculum, be guided by A, regulatory oversight agencies. B, clinic regulations. C, professional associations. D, federal guidelines. The answer is A, regulatory oversight agencies. Number 6, units of instructions will concentrate on A, topics within each category. B, one or a few topics within the subject. C, many topics within the subject. D, none of the above. Number 7, a comprehensive and organized written plan of instruction that includes the course, described topics to be taught, learned, goals, and objectives, resources, and other material pertinent for delivery of cosmetology program is A, learning guide. B, state standard. C, course outline. D, performance guideline. And the answer is C, course outline. Number 8, master educators who have been teaching for a long time find lesson planning invaluable because A, it ensures that students receive detailed information. B, it has long time. B, it has been a long time since they have been in salon as working stylists. C, they have gotten older and long-term memory is failing. D, none of the above. The answer is A, it ensures that students receive detailed information. Number 9, developing a comprehensive schedule is vital to ensure that A, student meet our requirements. B, lessons can be completed in the time allocated. C, students are able to take extended vacations. D, none of the above. The answer is B, lessons can be completed in the time allocated. Number 10 in blank includes information about the educational program, the detailed course outline, the detailed course syllabus and description of the course element, school policy and procedures, and other general information that will further assist in the success of the student. A, orientation program. B, educational planning program. C, program planning initiative. D, introduction and indoctrination program. The answer is A, orientation program. 11, the school's advisory council can be help and resources to assist the institution. A, in identifying skills that need to be taught. B, by bringing their own experiences and resources. C, in prioritizing subject matter. D, all the above. And the answer is D, all the above. And 10 was A, orientation program, just in case somebody didn't say it. 12, the institution advisory council is generally comprised of A, school owner and director. B, educators. C, employers within the applicable field of study. D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 13, maximum learning and retention by students will
TKC, Prophetic Roundtable.
Be secured when the subjects and tasks have been given. A, organized and sequenced in a logical manner. B, written in a format that is easily read by all students. C, organized in a manner that is easy to handle and not heavy. D, reviewed. A is the answer, organized and sequenced in a logical manner. 14, the acquisition of knowledge such as principles, concepts, and generalization necessary for problem solving is known as A, effective domain of instructional outcomes. B, molecular domain of instructional outcome. C, cognitive domain for instructional outcome. D, psychomotor domain of instructional outcome. The answer is C, cognitive domain of instructional outcome. 15, skill development as it relates to performance, which requires tools, objects, supplies, and equipment, is the A, effective domain of instructional outcome. B, molecular domain of instructional outcome. C, cognitive domain of instructional outcome. D, psychomotor domain of instructional outcome. And the answer is D. 16, employers wish to hire people who have positive attitude, get along well with fellow workers, possess a good work ethic, and are happy in their professions. Qualities are related to the A, cognitive domain and instructional outcome. B, cognitive domain of instructional outcome. B, molecular domain and instructional outcome. C, affective domain of instructional outcome. D, psychomotor domain of instructional outcome. And the answer is C, affective domain and instructional outcomes. 17, the master educator will make the lesson objectives A, difficult, B, complex, C, measurable, D, easy to master. 18, for objectives to be clear, the master educator will state A, how the activity will be measured, B, the desired performance, C, the condition of learning activity, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 19, in the assessment process, the master educator will recognize that treating all students alike is A, appropriate, B, inappropriate, C, a good teaching method, D, fair and adequate. Let me double check to make sure.
Midwest Takeover.
B, inappropriate. 20, the goal of the educator is to have graduates A, draw conclusions about what they observe, B, think critically and creatively, C, analyze situations, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 21, the course outline will generally contain A, names and addresses of students, B, student social security numbers, C, the educator's home address, D, none of the above. The answer is D, none of the above. 21, the course, no, 22. Contained in the course outline are A, instructional methods, B, grading procedures, C, learning goals and objectives, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 23, a comprehensive library will include A, picture books, B, games for downtime, C, reference periodicals and audio and videotapes, D, lounge chairs. C is the answer, reference periodicals and audio/videotapes. 24, providing education through a sequential set of learning units that may be essential for state board preparation is called A, units of instructions, B, clock hour education, C, block schedule, D, credits. And the answer is B, clock hour education. 25, when evaluating practical assignments, use procedures and performance standards. A, in the practical cosmetology skill competency evaluation criteria. B, established by the state licensing agency. C, according to the text procedure. D, all of the above. And the answer is D, all of the above. Practical skill 26, practical skill assignment assignments rated A, complete and are counted towards course completion. B, satisfactory or better and counted towards completion. C, attempted and accounted towards course completion. D, excused because of absences are counted towards course completion. The answer is B, satisfactory or better are counted towards course completion. 27, the best opportunity to review policies, procedures, and consumer information required by accrediting and federal services agencies is A, at break time a little each day, B, individually with each student, C, at back to school nights, D, at new student orientation, before the first day or on the first day? And the answer is D. At new student orientation, before the first day or on the first day. 28. A comprehensive orientation program should be organized within A box, B, a three-ring binder, C, separate folders, D, plastic sheet protectors, A, a three-ring binder. I meant B, a three-ring binder. I meant B, a three-ring binder. 29. The perfect time to have students sign off on having received information by state regulatory and accrediting agencies is A, during clinic time, B, at break, C, at orientation, D, during class time. And answer C, at orientation. 30. An activity that allows new students to bond with continuing students is an A, word search, B, workbook assignment, C, crossword puzzle, D, icebreaker. The answer is D, icebreaker. 31. The orientation program is a new beginning for learners. Thus, it would be appropriate for the educator to A, introduce all staffs, B, introduce only admissions representatives, C, introduce the school owner only, D, introduce the counselor only. And answer is A, introduce all staff. 32. The blank explains how learners' progress and attendance might affect the course of training. A, the school owner, B, financial aid officer, C, counselor, D, educator. The answer is B, the financial aid officer. 33. The outward reflection of inner feelings, thoughts, attitudes, and values define A, character, B, personality, C, dignity, D, temperament. The answer is B, personality. 34. A just for laughs ungraded orientation quiz can be given to determine A, if review is necessary, B, if more clarification is needed, C, retention of important information, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 35. The master educator will plan lessons that are A, individualized, B, clearly written, C, flexible, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 36. A lesson plan should be based on the needs, interests, and A, likes of the students, B, feeling of the students, C, ability of the students, D, choices of the students, and it is C, abilities of the student. 37. Lesson plans are based on the A, goals of the individual educator, needs of the individual educator, style of the individual educator, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 38. In order to be effective, lessons plans will A, stay the same. There is no need to change them when the underlying theory is the same. B, be adhered to in a fashion that of the previous educators. If it worked for them, then it worked for us. C, changed as today's learner change. They need to be changed and updated frequently to develop the most current information. D, none of the above. And answer is C, change as today's leaders, today's learners change. They need to be changed and updated frequently to deliver the most current information. One advantage to having a lesson plan that is that A, older students could take over your class. B, you could copy it and give it to students for notes. C, learners have the benefit of appropriate summarization and review. D, substitute teacher could use it. And the answer is C, learners having the benefit of appropriate summarization and review. 40, upon reading this lesson objective, the learner should A, clear understanding of what is to be accomplished. B, some idea. The learner should have a clear understanding of what is to be accomplished. B, some idea of what is expected. C, further need of explanation. D, peer culture to assist and understand of the objective. So the answer is a clear understanding of what is to be accomplished. 41, the lesson objective dealing with affective domain deals with A, the arts, B, skill development, C, the acquisition of knowledge, D, people skills. The answer is D, people skills. 42, by listing implements, materials, and equipment needed to deliver the lesson, the educator can A, deliver an orderly and organized lesson. B, begin the class on time. C, notify the class ahead of time of what will be needed. D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 43, when using audiovisual equipment, the educator must A, see that it is operational and available for class. D, check it out before class. C, preview the video with the class. D, set up the equipment with the class in the room. And the answer is A, see that it is operational and available for the class. 44, time allocated for each lesson should be listed on the educator's plan. Allotted time may vary because of A, unscheduled breaks, B, class not starting on time, C, the number of activities in the lesson, D, a student having a flat tire. So the answer is C, the numbers of activities in the class. 45, having a student read the topic before class is given the component of the lesson plan called A, notes, B, prior student assignment, C, educational aid, D, homework. The answer is B, prior student assignment. 46, lessons that have reinforced ideas, reminders, and perhaps inspirational thoughts for the day are included. A, tips for the teachers. B, comments for the teachers. C, notes for the educator. D, notes. The answer is C, notes to the educator. 47, the introduction of the lesson will consist of A, review of the prior lesson, B, a statement of concern, C, reasons for using certain products, D, how the supplies will be distributed, and the answer is A, review of the prior lesson. 48, in order to gain interest in the students before entering the classroom and continue throughout the day, the master educator will set a process in motion that will motivate the learners. This process is called A, motivational moment, B, the hook, C, the anticipatory set, D, I got you. I've got you. The answer is C, anticipatory set. 49, the educator notes for the presentation outline should be A, comprehensive, organized, and properly sequenced. B, written so that only the educator understands them. C, filled filled with markings. D, brief and to the point. The answer is A, comprehensive, organized, and properly sequenced. 50, to retain the interest in both learners. Well, to retain the interest of the learner, educators must vary the stimuli for students at least every A, 2 minutes, B, 4 minutes, C, 6 minutes, D, 8 minutes. Answer is D, 8 minutes. We have just completed chapter 6. And again, this chapter was on program review, development, and lesson planning. I am your dynamic instructor. See you in chapter 7. Thank you so much for your time.